Hare Krishna. Today we will hear some extraordinary and unknown pastimes of Srila Prabhupada, then how he prepared for his western journey. There is one devotee by name Sri Dilip Chandra Ghosh. He was born in 1939 and then he was a Vrajavasi, and then he was a very devoted personality and a great friend of Srila Prabhupada. After Srila Prabhupada took Vanaprastha ashram and then he started living in Sri Radha Damodar temple in Vrindavan. Srila Prabhupada commented once that Sri Radha Damodar temple is one of the most important places in the whole universe, and in fact it is the center of the universe. So he was very attached to that place. Then he lived there in his rooms for a long time. Once this Sri Dilip Chandra Ghosh, he visited, he used to regularly go and visit Srila Prabhupada. That time Abhay Babu, Abhay Charanarvinda, he in Radha Damodar temple. So once he saw him sitting on the veranda and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra very deeply, closing his eyes, and then tears rolling out from the eyes of Srila Prabhupada. So, and Mr. Ghosh, he went and offered respects to Srila Prabhupada and asked him, Baba, what are you doing? Who are all these pictures? What are all these pictures? Then because he saw some pictures in front of Prabhupada, Radha Krishna, Jagannath Ji, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, and one more sannyasi. Then he asked Srila Prabhupada, who is this personality? Oh, he is my god brother, Bhakti Rakshaka Sridhar Maharaj. He is my Siksha Guru, and then I have received immense wealth of knowledge from him. And then he is a very great scholar of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's teachings, like that. So he observed that whatever Prabhupada would eat, he would offer to Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and accept prasadam. Then he would keep some pedas and some other items and then offer to the photographs. And then whoever somebody comes, some boys and all, he would distribute that prasadam to those boys. Once another day, when Dilip Chandra Ghosh he visited Prabhupada, Prabhupada was sitting on the veranda with his head covered with a towel and chanting incessantly. Then he asked, Baba, you are not well? You are having fever or something? Yeah, I am little unwell, Prabhupada said. So later on, next day, when he reached the Damodar temple, he saw Prabhupada very well, and then he was in a jubilant and happy mood. Then he asked him, oh, what happened? You became all right? How? So fast? Yesterday you were having such a high fever? Then reluctantly, Srila Prabhupada revealed a very nice inner secret, that oh, actually it is the mercy of my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He came and then he gave me his darshan. He came in the sannyasi dress and then he touched me. He said, don't worry, Swamiji, you will become all right. Then he said, you keep working like this because you are doing service like Narottam Das Thakur, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Rupa Goswami and all that. So don't worry, you will be all right. So that is why I am feeling very jubilant because my spiritual master blessed me. I am actually made of the mercy of my spiritual master. So he was amazed how much devotion he has towards his spiritual master. So another day, when he visited Prabhupada in Radha Damodar temple again, Prabhupada was looking very jubilant, and then he was very happy. Then Then he forced him little bit. He pressurized him. Tell me what happened. Why you are so happy? Why you are so happy? Then he said, yesterday in the middle of the night, I was sitting and chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra in front of Rupa Goswami Samadhi Mandir. There I saw three beautiful personalities. One personality in a Babaji dress, chanting on huge, very large beads, chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. His eyes are like lotus petals, and then his voice is very sweet. And then other two personalities also, they are looking very wonderful. So they are none other than Sri Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, and their nephew Sri Jiva Goswami. They all blessed me. That actually at that time Srila Prabhupada was translating Srimad Bhagavatam into English language, first canto Bhagavatam. So he said, don't worry, we will help you. You are doing the right work in the right direction. Please go ahead, like that. So that is why when we read Srila Prabhupada commentaries, we will see all the expert comments by all these Goswamis. One more very interesting incident is one day when he went to Prabhupada, then he said, please help me because I am launching my first canto Bhagavatam. So on Janmashtami day, he invited UP Governor Govindas Brahmachari, a disciple of senior Puri Goswami, and some other devotees. And then he gave him some money, and then he said, please go and do prachar, and then invite all the people for this program. And then Srila Prabhupada organized a very small program in the courtyard of Radha Damodar temple for launching first canto Bhagavatam. So it is a very historical incident. So later on, Dilip Chandra Ghosh, he asked him, you gave free copies to everybody, but you didn't give me anyone. Then he said, oh, your English is not so good, a little poor, but this English that I have written is very hard. You will not understand. In the course of time, in future, these books will be translated into Bengali. That time I will give you present. Then he predicted that in the lecture that so all these books in due course of time, Srimad Bhagavatam, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Sri Bhagavad Gita and other Goswami literatures, I want that the holy name should be chanted all over the world. I want Srimad Bhagavatam should be studied all over the world, and all these things will happen in due course of time. Thank you. Hare Krishna.